The Kotaku In Action subreddit is one of the few Reddit boards out there that actually does some interesting things. The rest of Reddit is this vile leftist cesspool, and this one has fought since the Gamergate days in just kind of against the mainstream narrative in gaming journalism, where the leftists control everything. And it's gotten weird in recent years, like a lot of Reddit. And I think there's been turnover in moderators that have changed some things there. And it's not the same board it used to be, is what it's coming down to. And this is kind of a sad report right here, as we're talking about Kotaku In Action claiming to condemn willful censorship is actually engaging in censoring users. And that's what's happening today, because there's people trying to control narratives out there. And there's cancel culture involved in this, and I know exactly where it's originating from, which is very interesting right here. We'll get into all this in just a bit, so please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here. And guys, for your real gaming news and for everything that you need to know about what's going on in culture, sign up for Phantom Pulse. This is our Substack. It's in the description below. We have no advertising. It's just totally funded by gamers like you directly. And we're able to tell the truth because we don't use advertisers, unlike every other news outlet out there that's bound to these rules and the like. And this is what we've had to deal with for a long, long time. We've been censored at different outlets before. Both John Trent and I came from Bounding Into Comics originally, and a corporate environment bought their whole deal there and just turned it completely upside down to where they don't even report on it. They just have these top 10 MCU females lists these days, and that's what corporate censorship does. It just becomes just slop all the way around, and so we have to deal with that all the way around. And of course, we don't even care. We just write what we want to write. I say what I want to say, even if it's not popular, and that's why you're here, because it is the truth, and that's what you always get from us. And we appreciate you being here, and especially the readers out there. We're cultivating a readership base intentionally because readers are a little smarter than the average bear. And that's what's important to do here. So go sign up for that in the description below. Thank you guys for being here. Let's get into what's happening over at Kotaku In Action. So this subreddit, one of the main hubs for Gamergate, made a name for itself, claiming to condemn willful censorship. It's actively censoring users and removing numerous posts, which has been noticed recently. Reddit user Popular But Lonely submitted a post titled Unfair Censorship in this subreddit. And he stated, "I'm sorry. I'm forced to post this because this isn't the first time my posts have been unfairly deleted." He then shared a post that he made about Rainbow Six Siege, an account including they-them pronouns in its bio, and this got censored and deleted when, of course, he's criticizing Rainbow Six Siege. I guess you're not allowed to do that. And the reason given was it breaks Rule 3. However, he countered it doesn't break Rule 3. It fits perfectly. It covers 3 topics of Rule 3, which is gaming, official social justice, and media meta. It does not contain any of those mentioned in Rule 3's blacklist, which is unrelated politics, memes, e-celeb bullshit, forum noise, social media hot takes, and the like. If it seems some mods are working against our community, and this is not the first time my posts have been unfairly deleted, he posted. Now, I've seen this going on in Reddit quite a bit. There is a war going on for every subreddit, and of course, to destroy and dismantle any subreddits that go against the extreme leftist narrative, which we always are fighting against. We dealt with this in the Warhammer 40K community just recently, where the Horus Galaxy subreddit was removed. They actually took it down after months of fighting because Reddit was removing moderators, trying to get them to replace moderators with more leftist-friendly people who weren't going to be against the Games Workshop changing of the lore and things like that over there. So if that's happening on that level, Kotaku In Action has a big red target right over all of it. And this is one of those ones that, after R the Donald, this is pretty much the only one left on there that there is sane people on Reddit. And so this is something they want to take down for sure. And it's really, really crazy what's going on. So this is what's happening right here. This is the whole deal. And posted about this. This was left up, thankfully, as people talked about this. Other individuals expressed their belief the subreddit has also become compromised. One user wrote, "Yes, I have the feeling that there is a pressure to transform this subreddit into a boring, normal, informational sub about games and movies." I've noticed a lot of influencers in the space on X and in YouTube have also changed a lot of their direction because, look, the algorithm here is censoring people quite a bit. It's not showing this channel to anybody anymore who isn't already subscribed. If you look at the metrics, it does not show it to a lot of new people, and it used to. And they turned that off back at the beginning of January Once the year switched over, it's this switched over. Now, I hear there's new loosening of the rules that are happening over here. We'll see what happens. But as of right now, there is suppression going on. It's not just my channel. It's happening to Clownfish TV. It's happening to Smash JT, Hypnotic, even though I don't like those guys because they're a part of this censorship mob just like this. They are also under the same sort of algorithm suppression that's been going on across these channels over and over and over again. So this is happening all the way around. They are trying to transform things. And you notice, like I said, some of those influencers are switching to try to be like, Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out now. It's like, oh, please clap. You're just doing corporate press releases. And that's exactly what Kotaku and PC Gamer and IGN are. They're just regurgitators of corporate press releases. That's why we need a difference. That's why we need somebody who will actually report this stuff going on, because nobody else will, right? And so I don't even want to post anymore, this person says. Maybe it's the long-term goal, kill a problematic sub. And yeah, I think if they just took Kotaku In Action down, they know they'd have a big problem because it's such a popular board. But it's not like Horus Heresy, which is a little more niche and a little smaller that they can just get away with. Again, we're the only people who reported on that one too, though. So that is there. But this seems to be a play to, of course, remove what the purpose of Kotaku In Action is. So there's more. Yep, the whole thing, we're doing it to this sub remains tolerated by admins. So this sub remains tolerated by admins is no longer credible at this point. There's way too many threads getting removed over very loose interpretations of the sub's rules for it to be justified. So obviously there's some agenda at play here. Another said, sub might have been quietly infiltrated so it could become controlled opposition. Pretty easy to achieve, actually. Here's how it's typically done. Recently happened with the Asmongold sub. New mod gets announced, appears to agree with users for the most part, except for they subtly remove a ton of content. And the sub would upvote and the comment, and then always with a convenient excuse. Then you look at the patterns and realize the least harmful threads for the industry are all left alone every time, such as we're winning cope threads meant to appease us. Then anything that directly calls out a game studio's DEI practices and woke content is heavily scrutinized and often not allowed to happen unless it's explicitly tied to corrupt mainstream gaming journo news. The pattern recognition is often a big no-no too. Also, memes, basically the most efficient way to convey a message, are banned because those might become viral and might take too much noise, I guess. If a woke activist game industry actor were to infiltrate a sub to contain its growth and maximize its relevance without making a big fuss like what happened with Horus Galaxy, this would definitely be their MO, and that's exactly what I'm thinking is happening right here as well. Ironically, this post was removed with moderator Iramir claiming, if you have questions about your post removals, go to ModMail. It earns none of the whitelist items you claim. Gaming, this isn't about gaming or Rainbow Six. This is about a byline on a Twitter profile. Whose profile that is doesn't grant it a whitelist. Official SOSJUS, read how that's defined. Not even close here. No pronouns alone are not identity politics. You put they, them, and it's not freaking identity politics. This is crazy. Media meta, again, not even close. This Twitter profile isn't the media. It's an official Rainbow Six account. What are you talking about? And a profile blurb wouldn't even meet that if it was. Wow. This is activism right here, guys. This is exactly what's happening. This is somebody lying directly and gaslighting the Reddit users right here to, of course, promote this evil agenda, and we know exactly what's going on. Now, like I said, we've been faced with a little bit of censorship, and there are mods, of course, removing Fandom Pulse posts, which we post in gaming on our own website here, and a lot of users post about our articles all the time, because, again, we're the only people covering a lot of this stuff a lot of the time. Those have been flagged, removed. A lot of people are posting archive links now at this point, which is ridiculous because, again, we don't have advertising revenue. It doesn't make any sense. We don't have advertisers. So it's not like that would do anything, that would change anything. They just definitely don't want people to find the content here, which is crazy. And so Kotaku In Action has now become like Kotaku. And it's really, really sad that this is happening at this point. Because this used to be a great subreddit where the culture war was fought. And it does seem like Reddit all the way around is trying to change things and mess with things all the way around. And this is something where this is just a paused site. And we people need an alternative at this juncture. Oh, well. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this, please. Hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to sign up for our Fandom Pulse Substack in the description below. Appreciate you guys being here. And thank you for reading. We'll be back.